Having been open for 40 years, it's amazing now. My dad and Derek still founded the business 40 years ago, and I still have situations where I go out and do a valuation now and they go, "Are you Ashley's son?" Well, I bought this off Ashley in 1984. That's amazing. You know, we've been around a long time. We've done everything we can to build the business on being honest and trustworthy. Goes against the profession's reputation. And with that, clients come back. And they might be clients that come back to sell their property, or they might be clients that come back to say, "I want to buy a property." Based on that, and then obviously many years of building a database, it's quite uncommon now that we have someone come to us for a valuation and we haven't had some kind of dealing with them in the past. If we type into the database their details, it's going to be quite common that they've either rented through us, they've let something through us, they bought something through us, they've had a previous valuation, which then means there's a history there that we've got a relationship with them. The time we've been established counts for a lot. I think in addition to that, the geography that we cover really helps us source buyers that maybe some smaller agents don't have. It's very common for us that Londoners will tend to start their search in Brighton and Hove. They all want to live in Brighton and Hove. But it doesn't take long to start searching in Brighton and Hove and realise, wow, it's actually really expensive. We then ask them, okay, well, would you be open to seeing properties further along the coast if you were going to get a detached house instead of a semi-detached house for your budget? And most of them are like, well, if I'm still going to get the beach and I'm still going to get the downs and train links into London and good coffee shops, which have improved now in Worthing, then why not? I'll have a look. And off the back of that, you start introducing them to some of the properties that you're taking on in the likes of Shoreham, Lancing, Worthing. If we only had the offices in Worthing, we probably wouldn't have those prospective buyers. And then, like every other business, I mean, we're a big enough business to make sure that we prioritise marketing as best we can. We're a marketing company of properties. Naturally, everyone thinks you just need to be on Rightmove. But the reality is you never quite know where your buyer's going to come from. And typically, your buyer probably doesn't inquire to that property and buy that property. They probably inquire via a property portal. We then build a relationship with them, and then we make them aware of a more suitable property further down the track that they haven't seen on one of the portals. So the database counts for a lot, but the database is typically fed and built through our marketing channels, making sure that we're paying for the highest feature adverts on Rightmove, Zoopla, On the Market, Prime Location, etc. We've got a good social media following. We're trying to make sure that we're always being innovative with how we market ourselves across the market. So on the whole, I think if you're doing everything right and your communication is as good as it possibly can be, I'd like to think we know the best buyers on the market at any one time to introduce to any of our new properties. There's no doubt in this day and age we have less people walk into our offices, but I know if I was to close one of our offices, we would lose a huge amount of market share in that area. So whilst people don't walk into it, people will call our office just because they drive past it every day. So if you are selling in a Findon, for example, where we've got an office, I know if we closed that office, we'd be in a situation where Worthing and Goring wouldn't swallow up that market share. People would stop calling us because that Findon office isn't there anymore and they don't drive past it. Having that presence of different offices kind of works as a big billboard. It's so common that people don't end up buying the property they inquire about through Rightmove. The key thing for us as well is we are still useful in the sense that we get to understand what people are really driven to buying. We've got to ask them questions to what their motivation is, to why they're moving in the first place. And no one's ever going to get 10 out of 10 things ticked. Even if you've got a limitless budget, which no one probably has, you're still going to complain that maybe the helipad's too far from the house or the pool's not deep enough. There's always going to be something. So it's working out what someone is willing to compromise on. And the amount of times we've been in a situation where we've contacted someone about a property and they've gone, yeah, I saw that online, but I dismissed it because of whatever reason. The garden faced the wrong way, but it's ticking 9 other boxes that you're looking for. Come and have a look at it, see how much sun you get in the garden, and then make a decision. They go round, they see it, they go, you know what, that is something I can compromise on, then they become the buyer. So you can't ever underestimate how important it is that you still keep a relationship with prospective buyers. You know, some people might not actually go and see a house because they don't like the colour of the kitchen, but the layout is perfect, the aspect is perfect, the location to where you work or to the beach or to the station is perfect. The budget is 30 grand less than you were looking to spend. So let's go in there and look to see how much it might cost to redecorate it.